Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. To all my real ones, this is definitely going to be a video for the real ones, okay? I'm just going to let you know right now that this video probably should come with a slight warning, okay? A slight warning because this is for the real ones. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone as you're coming on. It's me, Ashley. Hello, hello. Sabs S, hello. Vigilantilum, morning queen, good morning, good morning. Only one Soze, wearing the crown 39. Success One Bay, I am David Leach. Hello, 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 everyone as you're coming on. So listen, yes, coffee darling, listen. I'm over here journaling, working. Y'all gonna get these books back to back to back before the end of the year. Blessings in abundance. Good morning, Dawn Coker. Good morning, beautiful. Back to back to back books is what's coming at y'all. So here's what I want to talk about this morning. I'm down here in Brianna, you bought a badge. Thank you, sweetheart. So sweet. Thank you. I'm down here in South Florida. I'm in Miami. And Joanna, Eugene Steele. Hey, everybody's still coming on. Hi, guys. I know, right? I'm ready to get into this topic. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to talk about something that I've been discussing with my girlfriends. I'm in South Florida. I'm down here, girls retreat, girls getaway, and I'm enjoying conversations with my sister coaches. My friends are certified abundant life coaches. These are spiritual women, and I'm having such a good time. So we're having a lot of discussions about dating and men and marriage. All of my sister coaches and sister friends are either married or formerly married. I'm just giving you backstory. So there's a depth of knowledge, experience, mothers, grown children, right? That's the world we're in now, right? JLJ world, you're the best, Rebecca. Thank you, sweetheart. So, my friends tend to, we go-getter chicks, boss chicks, women who are doing very well, women who, like I say, are either married, formerly married, have grown children. So I'm giving you guys some perspective for the younger women who are going to come on and listen to this, as well as women who desire to be married. And I'm just going to keep it 100, okay? So one of the things that I've been talking about recently in my private conversations, in my inner circle of friends, is how much this message is for women, okay? This is for my ladies, my real ones, okay? We overestimate and assume what we think of men. Women are guilty of thinking that men are more complex, more deep, more advanced, more sophisticated, more spiritual, we are guilty of thinking of men as being similar to women. We are guilty of thinking that men think like us, desire the same things as us. Not true. And I get so much pushback when I say men are so simple to me. I don't think of men as very complicated. And that comes from being a matchmaker. That comes from being a dating coach. That comes from listening to thousands of men. It comes from interviewing men. Men are not complicated, ladies. It's pretty straightforward. Now, the only time it feels complicated with men for you is when they don't want you, or they don't like you, or you now start to get into the weeds because you're trying to reason it, rationalize it. You're trying to dig too deep because your ego and your mind says there's something to figure out. There's not. These are my top 5 things that are so important for you to understand about men. One, when it comes to relationships, men care the most about being your hero, making him feel that he is your hero. There is a thing within men, they want to be your hero. And if they can't be your hero, they don't feel needed. Because see, everything that's going on in the world, it's women who have changed a lot. And as an effect, men have changed some. But men, predominantly, the nature of men has not really changed. This is why you can find that men like old school women. They like damsels in distress. This is why women, as you're focusing on climbing the corporate ladder, getting more degrees, making more money, all that, which I'm a boss chick. Hello, successful woman. Men care about how you make them feel. Yes, making serious bank. It's all about how a woman makes us feel. So if you do not treat him like your hero, treat him like he's got an S on his chest, he's not feeling it so much. So guess what they care about? How you make them feel like your hero. Cooking, because they care about what's going in their mouth. Cooking, sucking, and take sucking and put an F on it. Cooking, sucking, and put an F on the sucking. How you make him feel, what's going in his mouth, sucking, and effing. And what all that boils down to initially, before you even get to know a man, is he attracted to you? So your physical looks, and do you do it for him physically? And men have a wide range of what they like physically. Petite, thick, tall, thin, short, hippie, big boobs, big butt, thick legs, thin legs, fit booty, little booty. Because they have all different types of likes. Freckles, short hair, long hair, curly hair, straight hair. So whatever it is they like physically. So ladies, what I'm saying to you is that while you're over here playing chess, like you trying to make moves and figure all this ish out, he over here playing checkers. It's a moot point unless he likes you like that. And now he get to know you and you make him feel like a hero and he want you to cook for him, suck, and F. Those 5 things. Physically appealing. Why have I launched bait weight? Why am I talking about bait weight? Why is the bait weight challenge start in 7 days? For ladies, for you to get to your optimal size for you. It's about being your best physically for you. And that will attract the men for you. That will attract the men who are into you when you're at your best physically. Because see, a lot of the time what I hear from women, you're overcomplicating all of this because men are not that complicated. See, ladies, it's us that care about emotional well-being. Men ain't thinking about no emotions. Men ain't hardly thinking about no spirituality. Here my story says bait weight. That's my new challenge, bait weight. What is bait weight? Bait weight is when you are at your best and you can catch. When you go out that door and you turn in heads. Yeah, it's in my bio. You can click the bio and get the information about the challenge. Starts next Tuesday after the 4th of July weekend. wait, would I be married to Carrie Pope right now if I didn't look the way I look and when he met me how I looked? And if I had gained the weight when my hormones got crazy and I gained 30 pounds, but I didn't drop it. And I noticed when I gained those 30 pounds, he was no longer doing a double take at me. I'm talking about my own husband, ladies. No longer, ooh, baby, ooh, that dress is bomb. Ooh, you look good. Ooh, the energy shifted. My own husband, did he still love me? Yes. Was I killing him and slaying him with my looks? No, I'm still pretty. I'm still beautiful. He still loves me. But he wasn't doing a double take. I dropped that 30 pounds down back to my bait weight. I come out the bathroom in just my bra and panties, and he does a double take. Like, damn, that's my wife. Okay. Because that's what I looked like when he met me. Ladies, we don't like any of this. If you struggle with your weight, you don't like this. You don't like hearing this. That to men, they care more about what you look than they care about your money, than they care about your degrees, the car you drive. Why is it that you see men, you can see very successful men dating women with a hoopty, dating women, the waitress, the perpetual serial student. But if she got it going on and looks good, she looks good physically, I'll sip my tea, my coffee. You're overcomplicating it. Men ain't that deep. They're men. It's just the way God made them. Will you find the occasional man who is an intellectual? Will you find the occasional man who is deeply spiritual? Yeah, but he's probably a pastor or minister or some type of yoga guru. He's going to be a leader in that thing. If he's really into it, he's going to be like doing that thing as life purpose. You're going to find the occasional man who really cares about emotional intelligence, self-awareness, the occasional man. These are exceptions to the rule, not the rule. Your everyday man cares about his money, his power, his image, his money, his power, and his image. See how not deep that is? See how kind of surface level, like money, power, and image. Sex. What does that have to do? How you make me feel. Men, how you make me feel. What is sex? How you make me feel. Feeling good, feeling powerful, feeling in control. This is men. And this is what they wake up focused on. Think about the ads you see for products selling things to men. Think about the ad for the sports car, the commercial. I just saw an ad for this new t-shirt for big guys. The clean tea or something it was called. What's the little infomercial commercial of? A girl in the t-shirt talking about, oh, it feels so good. And she's all cute. And the t-shirt, this is a t-shirt for men. But they got a sexy girl in the t-shirt and she's talking like this. And she's like, yeah, and for the big guys, you need stuff that fits you. And by the way, your girlfriend's going to love it. She's going to be sleeping in your t-shirts because it's so soft. This is the ad for the t-shirt. It's selling t-shirts to men, but what's it really selling? It's selling women and sex, an appealing to say you will be more sexually attractive in this t-shirt and you're going to have a girlfriend because look at the ad. Oh, it feels so soft. You're going to have your girlfriend's going to sleep in your t-shirt. You're going to have to be trying to get her out of your t-shirts because they're so soft and they're so comfortable. Like, it's not selling, the commercial wasn't selling a t-shirt. The commercial was selling sex and sex appeal. Yes, only one soze. It was selling sex, women, and sex appeal. Commercial for a convertible car, a sexy sports car. There's always women in it, even if it's subtle. The car is going down the coast of the California coast and you see the man behind the wheel, but what's in the passenger seat? A sexy woman in the passenger seat as they give the visuals, the drone visuals of him driving his sexy sports car and her hair's blowing in the wind. Millions of dollars in advertising and market research to sell to men. What do they use? Millions and billions of dollars for years going into understanding what makes men tick to get them to buy something. And what is that? What are those dollars going to? Sex, women, power, sex appeal. Sex appeal. What do men think is sexy? Femininity, softness. Why? That makes them feel like your hero. Back to point number one. Feminine, soft, sweet women make men feel like the man, like a hero. London Shar says, I have sex appeal as well and attract men, but they don't want to marry me. Maybe you don't want to be married, London. Maybe you don't hold marriage as a requirement to be with you. Hello? You have to hold marriage as a requirement. Are you sleeping with men who aren't marrying you? Are you dating men for months on end who aren't marrying you? Do you talk about marriage as a requirement to the men who are absolutely nuts about you? So it takes more than, if you want to be married, you have to have marriage as a requirement. Rebecca, I just got engaged and it wasn't complicated at all. Mikey Tari. Listen, it's not. It's not. It's not complicated. Because men are not complicated. The number one thing, ladies, is do they want you? Do they even really want you? You can be misconstruing and confusing interest as investment. They're interested in having sex with you. They're interested in you cooking them food. They're interested in you doing the cooking, sucking, and effing. They're interested in those things because that's what makes them feel like a man. And you treating him like the man and treating him like your hero, but that still doesn't mean that he wants to marry you. Because you really he'll accept all those things from you because it makes him feel good and strokes his ego, but still not see you as the type of woman or the woman he wants to marry. That's a whole different level of commitment. You're going to have to be that it girl to him. My husband told me I'm the most beautiful woman he's ever dated. I'm the most beautiful woman he'd ever dated. And he would look at men with beautiful women like me and say, how did he get her? How does he have her? What's wrong with me that I don't have a woman that looks like that? When he met me and dated me, I was the best thing, hottest thing he'd ever met, ever dated. See, ladies, you don't understand the psychology of men. It's ego-driven. It's ego-driven. London, guess what I pick up off of you? She says, I don't know. I understand what she's preaching, but it doesn't attach to my life and other women I know. London, you probably have a confidence issue. You're being soft, you're feminine, and you're sweet. You attract men. But guess what men also love? Confidence. Confidence. Tina says, so then what's in it for us women? Because that ain't it for me. Now that is the key question, Tina. And this is where, ladies, you got some choices to make. Because I'm telling you how simple this is for men. And women, there's still research shows that men benefit more from marriage than women. And now that the dynamics of relationships have changed so much and women now work full time and still taking care of the kids and still taking care of the home because he wants you to cook sucking. So you get married and you have babies and now you working a full-time job and taking care of the kids and taking care of the home and cooking, sucking, and him. And now the whole aspect of him being a provider, protector, to where he's taking the pressure off of you is so twisted because you work a full-time job outside the home and now come into the home and still gotta work. And you have to ask yourself, because like I'm saying, ladies, the essence of who men are hasn't changed. And everybody wants to be a wife. Everybody want to be married. But then you get in, why do you think the divorce rate is so high? And why do you think women are the ones filing for divorce? Because you have unrealistic expectations about marriage and men and even being a wife. Because you've fantasized it, idolized it, fairy taled it. You get in it and all this cooking, sucking, and effing, and all this responsibility. And now he's sitting back expecting you to take care of him because that's why he married you. And you sitting over here like, they're so needy. They're so needy. I gotta make you feel like my hero, cooking every day, washing your clothes, sucking and effing. And I gotta keep this up forever for you to be happy, because that's really why you got married. And I'm now expecting you to be emotionally sensitive. And now I want you to become more spiritual. And I want you to be more responsible. And I want you to work on these areas of yourself where you got trauma and pain. And now I want you to, what am I talking about? Because wives lie. Wives out here covering for all these husbands, y'all. You get in these situations, you get married, and now all of a sudden, all this ish comes piling out of the closet, all these skeletons of issues, because all he cared about was cooking, sucking, and him feeling like a hero. But then you start getting into the thick of it and dealing with personal issues and expectations that go beyond cooking, sucking, and making him feel like a hero and effing. And now, because you're deeper, because God made us as women more emotional, spiritual, alignment, in tune, nurturing. So you over here caring about the well-being of these children and everybody eating healthy and getting physical exercise and you're actually and so it's women that bring all of this to the table. All the soft skills. And all of this worked really well when there were gender roles, traditional gender roles, where a man's going to go make all the money and a woman's taking care of the kids. and is responsible for creating the home and the ambiance and making sure that the clothes is washed and making sure that the kids are fine and the homework is done and helping to manage rental property and helping to grow the extras in the family of growing wealth and helping him to be supported and helping him to be able to go off and make the money to grow and take care of and provide and protect the family. But now everything's changed. Women making money. Now, ladies, but what you're now signing up for is men who expect the same thing they were always getting. Right, Lily B says rental property. The most of the stay-at-home moms I know when I was married as a suburban wife, they literally were not really just stay-at-home moms. They work in part-time and all of the other endeavors inside of that family that is growing wealth. Right? Growing wealth. They managing so many different things, stocks, property, side businesses, side investments. They weren't really just stay-at-home wives. So, ladies, you want to be married? Married. I want to be married. I want to be married. I want to be a wife. I want to be a wife. Really, you're just trying to check off a box in the goals of your life. You really just want to check off the box. You just really want success in all these areas by saying check wife, check married, check. Check. Because you're so goal oriented. But in reality, every wife I know right now, every single woman I talk to who is married says the same thing. I'll never do this again. I'm never getting married again. If for any reason anything happened to him, I love my husband, I love my family, but if anything were to happen to him and happen to this relationship, I ain't never getting married again. I'm going to let you sit with that for a second. If anything happened to Carrie Pope, I say it to my friends, I'm never getting married again. Why? Because it's work. There you go, Christine. Christine says marriage is work. It's not organic. It's not, all of these Instagram moments, couples goals, black love, and vacations and all these pictures you just see. It is behind the scenes, working through all the ish they didn't work through and you didn't work through when you were single. Now merging two lives and trying to see eye to eye and agree on things. It's women trying to not emasculate him, but still hold him accountable to work on the ish that he need to work on to be a better man, consistently, simultaneously trying to push him into his full potential and hold him accountable for who God created him to be, but simultaneously trying to respect him and treat him like your hero so he's not emasculated or defeated in the relationship. How do you do that? How do you do that? Ladies, do most of you even have the maturity, the level of communication skills, the sophistication of personal human dynamics and psychology to even navigate those kind of conversations? To even make him feel like your hero and simultaneously stick to your own individuality and the boundaries that's required as an individual in a marriage to stay healthy for you, while simultaneously showing up as a loving partner? Steven Spicer says, I would say no, right? Fellas, you want to eat, suck, and fuck, excuse my language, and you want her to look at your hero, and you show up in the relationship with raggedy habits, no accountability, no responsibility, no discipline, and you think doing bare minimum, she's supposed to bow down. Oh my God, I'm not worthy. My husband is so amazing. And you doing bare minimum. You just go to work, come home, and I ain't in the streets cheating on you, so I'm a good man. I want all my brownie points. Now suck, cook, suck, and F, and you doing bare minimum. You got trauma, you got pain, you got triggers, you got issues, you got family drama she's dealing with, you got the kids from the other baby mama, you got your childhood issues, your mama crazy, you got your badass kids she dealing with, you got all this issue done brought into her life, talking about, but respect me, I'm the man, respect me. You come in here with all this ish that she's now gotta be responsible for holding you accountable to heal it, because she can't heal you. She can't fix it. She can't fix it even if she tried. That is your responsibility. That is your responsibility to get some help, some counseling, some life coaching, some therapy, some mentoring, so you can know how to be a good husband, so you can know how to be a good father. Somebody sit you down and say, listen, son, this is what you do. This is what you don't do. This is how you earn respect. Not just think you deserve respect because you have a penis. Nice guys versus good men. Just put up a video in my stories the other day. Nice guys versus good men. There's a difference. You're not going to be respected as a nice guy just because your intentions are good. Just because you got a good heart. If you are passive aggressive, if you are emotional, if you don't have a backbone, if you don't have boundaries, if you don't show up in your strength, and become a savage servant, have goals, to be accountable, be reliable for those who are relying on you and depending on you, to be consistent, to show up for the people in your life, to decipher right from wrong, and to be decisive, and to own it when you're wrong. Own it when you make a mistake without making excuses and making the commitment that I will do better. I will do better. I'm going to do better. Husbands, you got a lot of responsibility. It ain't just about you getting sucked, fucked, and eating some good food and being respected in your house as the man. You have to be the man. Nice guys versus good men. And now you get married, and ladies, you discover that all these qualities that you thought he had start to crumble and buckle under the weight of the responsibility that he's taken on, because he fantasized about marriage too. What do men fantasize about marriage? What do men fantasize and have a fairy tale in their mind about marriage? You in booty shorts in the kitchen, cooking eggs. Waking up on Saturday morning, you naked in the bed, all warm and soft and cuddly and great sex and off the chain sex, and you making him some eggs and bacon. What? Those are their fairy tales. Y'all going out and you looking like a dime on his arm, and you the trophy wife looking bomb, and he feels like the man because he got you and you're on his arm. That's coming in and dinner's ready and you're in lingerie just cooked him a steak and you in lingerie. I'm telling you, this is about the extent of they got fairy tales too. They don't come in expecting you to be exhausted from your long day at work. Ain't no food on the table. Kids crying. Homework ain't done. That doesn't fit into their ideal. Them getting critiqued by you and telling you got to do better. That's not part of their fairy tale. That is not part of their fairy tale. They got fairy tales too. And it revolves around making them feel good and sex and food. That's what it revolves around. Their fairy tales about marriage. So what am I saying today? And I'm going to come back with more. I'm saying that sometimes you are creating ideals. You're creating goals for your life, and you don't even know what you're trying to get your things into. You don't even know what you're trying to get into. You trying to accomplish something, but how many happily married people do you know? Pink Love Monet says a lot of the times we get married to the fantasies in our head instead of the actual person. Yes, that part. You have ideals about someone and it's not even really who they are. That's not even who they are. You have an idea of them that you're in love with, not who they really are. All their flaws and issues. And I'll leave you with this. Ladies, I don't know if most of you are even ready for the responsibility of being a wife. I'm just going to keep it real with you. You're not even ready. You barely take care of yourself and hold yourself accountable for the ish you need to be doing. Do you understand that as a wife, the best wives, I want you to think Michelle Obama. Just think Michelle Obama for a second. Do you think that Barack would be the man he is if he hadn't married the right woman to actually fulfill his destiny and hold him accountable for his brilliance, his potential? Do you think he would have been president of the United States if he hadn't married the right woman to be backing him up? Do you think that Michelle Obama behind the scenes is like, oh, Barack, you're so amazing. I love you. You're so wonderful. You're perfect just as is. Or do you think that Michelle all along the way was like, nigga, get your ish together. Dude, Barack. Now you know that ain't getting us there. Now you know. I need you to think about the real conversations that had to go on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. That is holding him accountable to his greatness, his potential, and everything that God put in him for him to accomplish while he's on earth. Kish Israel says, bro, I don't want no girl beating up on me. Kish, there's a difference between tough love and beating up on you. Can I explain to you that so many of you nice guys are so soft and so emotional, you can't handle anybody holding you accountable. You can't handle anybody saying to you, come harder, come stronger, come better, baby. You got more in you than this. We need to be starting this business. We need to get this going. You need to get in the gym. You got to get this weight off of you. I'm not trying to have you have a heart attack. I made these vegetables because you need to eat healthier. Don't shove them over here to the side and go get you a sandwich. Why? You can't resist the help that God brings you. And that's why most men are not ready to be husbands either, the same way I'm talking about how women are not ready to be wives. You're not ready to come into partnership. You're not ready to come into accountability. You're not ready to hold each other accountable to your greatness. Steven says, I don't know, boss lady. I feel like we used to getting critiqued at every turn. No, Stephen, the difference is, sweetheart, when you have a wife and you have a woman that loves you, it's not critique. It is love. It's love. It's accountability. It's seeing you and believing in you for your best and refusing to let you accept anything less than you being exactly who God created you to be. It's not critique. It's tough love. It is feedback that is required in order for all of us to do better. Feedback. There's two parts to self-awareness. Self-awareness, one, knowing yourself and being in touch with who you are, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions. The second part of self-awareness is the awareness of how others see you. How others see you. The effect you have on others and the response you get from people. That's the second part of self-awareness. The other part of self-awareness, which a lot of men are very oblivious to, is how you are seen by others, how you affect others, what you bring out in others, how others are responding to you, or what people think about you. And I know what Stephen is saying. Stephen's been hurt. He's been beat down by women in his life. There hasn't been somebody loving him and sticking by him to love him in all of the vulnerable places. But Stephen, the right woman for you and the wife for you loves you at your worst and believes in you for your best. Loves you at your worst and believes in you for your best. Even seeing you at your worst, she still believes in you. She still loves you. She still knows and believes in your ability and has faith in you. That's love. Love isn't loving somebody when they're just amazing. Love isn't just loving somebody at their best. Love is loving somebody even at their worst. Therapy, and self-awareness when it comes to going into therapy. Because can I tell you something else I know? If you go into therapy and you just talking about the surface level stuff to your therapist, your counselor, your life coach, you're not getting the deeper results because you're not dealing with the real issues. So it's more than just therapy. It's self-awareness and vulnerability to deal with the ish that you really need to work on. Okay, last question. Mavis says, Rebecca, do you think it's appropriate to hold your boyfriend accountable for his actions the same way a wife would? We ain't married yet, but I want to get the best out of him now. I think it's appropriate to start with that type of behavior because men love for a woman to help him be at his best, believe it or not. I think that there's definitely conversations and some of that accountability that goes in even if you know it's getting serious. Don't wait till you're married to start being an accountability partner. Because then he's like, what are you doing? Why are you checking me? Why are you talking to me like this? I don't need you to do that. Yes, he does. So manage those expectations as the type of partner you're going to be, because that's going to be required in marriage. All right. I love you guys. Blessings and abundance. Make sure you sign up for the Bait Weight Challenge. Ladies, join me in getting sexy and confident and getting into your bait weight so you can physically attract the people you want to attract. It's also for LGBTQ. It's not just for women. So anybody who wants to get to bait weight, this challenge is for you. Yes, Stephen, we got to remember to leave room for men to be vulnerable. Yes. And then Stephen, also being accountable. Accountable is crucial to keep working on yourself. Oh, Stephen says, I love you, boss lady. Always appreciate it. Love you too, Stephen. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Blessings and abundance. I'm going to save this and put it up on YouTube. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. I love you. All right, guys. Make sure you sign up for the Bait Weight Challenge. Ladies, we're going to talk about femininity, getting to our bait weight. Also, the mentality around being sexy and feminine and confident. Men love feminine women. Men love sexy feminine women. Men love good looking at your best feminine women. It's not just being feminine. It's got to be physically attractive. There's a lot of single feminine women who are soft and sweet, but ain't taking care of themselves physically. That's the other element. All right? Okay, guys. Blessings and abundance. Bye-bye.